Hey, how are you?
Hello, Shaq. Tonight we'll see the Los Angeles Lakers as they play against the New York Knicks in New York. Checking out New York. They've had a lot of success early on in the season and have been able to string together some excellent games. You'd have to say their overall approach has been well thought out and has been validating those high expectations coming into the season. And with a little bit of time here before tip-off, I'll kick off a topic. Defense, as we know, a key to winning basketball. Kenny, talk about the hallmarks of a great defensive team.
Well, first there has to be an anchor in the back. And if you have an anchor in the back, then all of a sudden you can start with containing the basketball and denying those open lanes, because you know if they try to get to the rim, the anchor is back there. And after that, it's all about getting your hands up and making sure you contest every single shot.
And your anchor has to be a great communicator. He has to talk, help his teammates, make those extra plays like, hey, move, slide your feet, Ernie, pass the ball, give back to Kenny, hey, watch out, he's cutting through.
You got me moving, you got me moving.
Communication's the big key, Ernie.
You see, he was the anchor and I started
moving.
moving.
Hands up, Kenny, slide down, yeah, rotate, oh, yeah, get the three.
See? Yeah. As soon as he started talking, I just went. Man.
Two great defenders right there. Kevin Harlan, take it away.
Let's meet the visiting team, Los Angeles Lakers. At center, Dwight Howard. At point guard, Russell Westbrook. At power forward, Anthony Davis. At the other forward position, LeBron James. At the other guard position, Landon Bryant. The head coach of the visiting team is Byron Scott. Let's meet your New York Knicks. Starting lineup. In the middle, standing 7'2", number 0, Andre Black. At the point guard position, standing 6'2", number 3, Lil Shaw. In the middle, standing 7'2", number 12, Brock the Bulldozer. At small forward, 6 feet 7 inches, number 24, Hoffman. The other guard, at 6 foot 6 inches, number 10, Bottoms. The head coach of your home team. Ladies and gentlemen, your New York Knicks.
Live from New York, 2K Sports proudly brings you Knicks basketball. Looking at the last game for the New York Knicks, it was a win against the Bucks. And they put it all together in that game. It added up to a phenomenal win.
They just weren't challenged. I mean, nearly as much as they should have been in that game, at least when they had the ball.
Yeah, it was a mismatch. I mean, the defense from the start was on its heels practically the entire game.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. So the Lakers 5 right now. Russell Westbrook out there with Bryant. Then it's LeBron James. Then there's Howard. And it's Davis at the power forward position. Outside Bryant. Feeds it to Westbrook. And so it looks like the Lakers will retain possession here. Here's James. Kicks it to Howard. Good, and the assist goes to James. And for LeBron James, a remarkable step. Greg, he had increased his field goal percentage for 7 consecutive seasons going into 2014.
Yeah, a steep decline last season, though, back below 50%. Was it just the challenge of new teammates and a new system, or the mileage he's accumulated? This season may start to answer that question.
Here is Shaw, coming off a stellar performance against Milwaukee. And James pulls it down, and it's the Lakers' ball.
And you know, with LeBron, he's played over 40,000 career minutes. He's played more than Larry Bird did his entire career, more than NBA Iron Man Andre Miller as well. And those miles take their toll.
Shaw. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And for LeBron, last season, the longest injury absence of his career. I think he's smart to protect his body, though. If he can keep healthy, he can play for a long time at a very high level. Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Outside Westbrook. Here's Davis. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Davis has got his first points in this one. Here is Shaw. He's covered by Westbrook. And the basket by Shaw.
You can just see the passion and love with which he plays the game. You see how he prepares, the work ethic, the way he interacts with his teammates. And when he hits the floor, it's all about the game.
And the Lakers with possession here, following the score by New York. Howard kicks to Davis. Can't get it to go. So New York will take it the other way. Here is Shaw. Launches at 3. Rebounded by Howard.
That's another miss. Already they've missed 3 out of 4 to start.
LeBron passes to Westbrook. That's tipped. They get it back. Here is Shaw. Defended by Bryant. One deep. To the left wing. It's tipped. It's stolen by Bryant. And here we go with Westbrook running it up the court. And he gets it to go.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
Here is Shaw. Drains the three-pointer. Shaw's got 7 points in the game.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Here's Westbrook. They trail by 1. 2 straight seasons of no playoffs for the Lakers after last year's miss. Not what they were hoping for.
It's going to be a growing process, Kevin. I mean, they had a young team and an injured superstar in Kobe both years. Hard to make the playoffs in that situation.
Here's Silk, another key contributor in that nice win against Milwaukee. That's good.
It is so hard to contain him. He just seems to get it done however he has to do it.
Now here's Westbrook. He's covered closely. The shot by LeBron, no good. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And Davis pulls it down.
You know, just a little too fancy on that play.
Well, you don't want to force any play, but particularly the alley-oop. You'd like to try that when it's wide open.
And here are the Knicks now, following the miss by Russell Westbrook. Shaw passes to Silk. There's the 3. And the basket by Shaw. Shaw's got 10 points in the game.
As high quiet as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Lakers trail by 6. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
It's blocked. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Westbrook. Griffins check in for Los Angeles. And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here.
And guys, you talk about players who have that killer instinct. Russell Westbrook is right at the top of that list.
Now the Knicks with it. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Shaw passes to Bottoms. Pass to Shaw. Here's Bottoms. Launches it. There's the bucket. Good. Bottoms got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. 6. And you think, Greg, about Westbrook's killer instincts. You were alluding to that. It's very apparent at times. Players praise, and Clark, I think, fear him for just that characteristic alone.
Well, how about this, Kevin? Kobe Bryant said Westbrook has the same love for competition that he had. Whenever other guards are pulled, Westbrook is their worst enemy.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Jordan, he's checked in for Davis. Anthony comes in for LeBron. Young's checked in for Bryant. And it's Jordan Clarkson in for Russell Westbrook.
And for all of the improvements he's made to his game, one wonders why Blake Griffin isn't a better shot blocker. I mean, he clearly has the motor and the athleticism, but for some reason over his first 5 seasons, he's averaged only a half a block per game.
Sasha Vujacic is checked in for New York. So for the Lakers right now, we've got Russell Westbrook. LeBron James is out there with Anthony Davis. And there's Bryant, and it's Black in at the pivot spot, Manning in the middle.
The lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
And you know, guys, right now, they're starting to flatline, just hanging on here for dear life.
And regarding Griffin's low block shot numbers, for some guys, they simply lack a certain feel, Clark, for blocking shots.
Yeah, you know, there's something about the aptitude for shot blocking that sometimes is understated. Just because you're a high flyer in the front court doesn't mean you're going to block a lot of shots.
Anthony Davis with the rebound. Lakers trail by 8. LeBron left side. Outside Bryant. Westbrook a screen on LaRusso. And Shake and Bake picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Davis with it. And it's Westbrook. That time on the assist by Davis. Westbrook's got his first 2 points.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
Lakers trail by 9. LeBron outside. Dishes to Davis. And so he draws the foul on the shot on trip to the line to shoot 2.
And Anthony Davis in the rough south side of Chicago, because of the violence, his father didn't let him venture to the playground. Instead, he built a basketball court in the backyard. This young man has come a long way.
Dwight Howard's checked in for Tariq Blank. Here is Amundsen. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Courtesy of the 2K leaderboard, here's a peek at the league's top scorers from a season ago. Russell Westbrook, number 1. LeBron James, 3rd.
Well, these two guys both were phenomenal last year, and either one would be a guy you want to make sure he gets the ball, especially late in a game that you want to win.
I mean, the Knicks were bad last year, and it became evident early on as the season grew older. more and more of their national coverage games were being pulled.
And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got his 5th assist in this one. The Knicks leading by 7. On the wing, Williams, covered by LeBron. Shoots. Cans the shot from the wing. And that's now 6 points for Williams. For the Knicks, losing a lot of nationally televised games, too. It seemed like every time they were around, they were losing. It might have been a blessing in disguise.
Well, I hope they look at it in a positive vein. It did give them a chance to focus on player development there in New York. Also allowed them to shut down Melo for the season.
Now here's Williams after LeBron James's miss. Here is Shaw. 10 points for him. Just 5 to shoot. Shakes off the strong D and gets the bucket for 2. And now it's an 11-point New York lead. Los Angeles calls timeout. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
Yeah, the confidence just exuding in that performance on the offensive end. I mean, really illustrates how this team clicks when guys are communicating and executing as a cohesive unit.
Yeah, roadkill is hard to get in this league. I mean, to be a great NBA team, you've got to be able to have that kind of performance on the road. Focused, purposeful, and productive. Really solid.
Right on that shot. With that, the Knick lead is cut down now to just 9 on the basket from Anthony Davis. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Byron Scott coaching his team during the break. He made it clear that their offense simply needed to run through Bryant. Coach reminded his guys that he is the centerpiece of their offense, and he's the one they want with the most freedom to operate. They're not going to wait for halftime. They want those adjustments to have an impact right away. Over to you, Kevin.
Thanks again, Doris. It's stolen by Davis. Johnson with the defensive effort.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
And the basket by Shaw.
That's how you extend the lead. I mean, they have tremendous confidence going for them right now. And that confidence is leading to some excellent shooting.
Now here's Westbrook. 14 points from him the last game against the Nets in Brooklyn.
And it just wasn't about the offense. I mean, he was racking up the steals and taking advantage of some sloppy play by the opponent.
Shaw, no good.
Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
His defensive ability is a big factor. I mean, there's no denying that.
Here is Shaw. He's got 15. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. That's on Dwight Howard. Big part of the problem for the Lakers last year was consistency. But with all their injuries, they had to shuffle the lineup, it seemed, every game.
Well, you know what happened with all that shuffling was they got to see a lot of different players and evaluate them for the future. I think it helped in regards to what they're going to do this offseason.
Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for the Lakers. Davis sets a screen. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. That's now 8 points for Anthony Davis. The Knicks leading by 6. There's Bottoms. He's coming off a 22-point game against Milwaukee. And he gets the bucket.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Yeah, and that field goal percentage zooming upwards is now above 50%, which is pretty strong.
And it's time for an injury report.
He told me that it doesn't look too serious. A discouraging development for this team so early in the season. We'll see what kind of impact it has on them in the long term, guys.
Thank you, Doris. Boy, you always hate to see anyone ever deal with any sort of injury.
And almost for every player, it's inevitable. I mean, injuries are going to happen no matter how well you take care of yourself.
And let's just hope the rehab process doesn't drag on any longer than it has to.
A different look for New York. Silk comes in for early, and it's Vujacic in for Shaw. And then for Los Angeles. And through one half, it happened.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And what a show being put on here for the home fans tonight. New York holding the upper hand after the first 2 quarters. They are just about time for the third quarter to get underway, and we'll see.
Welcome back, everyone. We're ready to get going again as this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports continues. Players are topped off with Gatorade, hydrated, and ready to get going again as well. It's been one outstanding game for Shake and Bake.
And really, all of a sudden, he's becoming their best distributor, doing a great job of orchestrating their offense.
Greg, typically that's not the role he usually plays, and I'm not sure how comfortable he is in it, but they've needed him to make some plays today, and he's been able to do it to his credit.
Watch out there with the bulldozer. Then there's Shaw. Then it's Silk, and it's Bottoms in at the 2-guard spot. That's Derek Fisher's 5 as we get going into the second half.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Now James. It's deflected. Second half just getting started. About a minute played. Silk passes to Blatch. Here's Silk. Pass to Blatch. Some nice passing by New York here. Shot clock at 6. Here's Huffman. And again, it's New York.
Nothing but money for him to start the half. They've made all 3 of their shot attempts.
Westbrook kicks to James. LeBron is doubled. Howard setting the pick for Westbrook. Here's Silk, defended by Bryant. Shoots it up. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. This their first look at this year's New York squad.
Yeah, a pair of losses for them in their meetings last season. And the cold, hard truth about it, they just had a hard time beating anybody last year.
You know, Greg, those were games where you thought they could get a win. But now they need to forget about it. It's in the past, let it go, and they got to focus on the present and try to make a better run of it this time.
Oh, wow, 4 or 5 to start the half, coming out on fire. And a lot of teams are looking for coaches that embrace analytics and look at data-driven approaches. Coach Scott is not one of those guys. He's an old-school coach who goes with his own perception.
That bucket in no time at all. 15 points for Bottoms.
Really just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last game.
Outside Bryant from the arc. No good. And New York will come the other way. And former coach of the year Byron Scott now with the Lakers. And as you said, Greg, he's not an analytics guy. And Clark, I think he's a guy that the eye test for him is huge.
Yeah, he feels a lot. Terrific communicator and storyteller. Great experience as a player and as a champion. And I think that all is evident in his coaching style.
The offensive rebound. The kick out to Westbrook. Second shot opportunity. Here's Davis. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
Nice job clearing some space out under the boards and setting himself up there for the putback.
And not just any old putback, Clark, but a big, big foul.
You know, Kevin, you can't be pretty, though, with those second chance opportunities. I mean, just put it in the basket.
And the Lakers making a change here. Black's checked in. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Listen, the Knicks had a hard time scoring last year. Just lacked any real presence in the paint. And lacking that paint threat makes things easier for the opposing defense.
Both shots good from the stripe. You know, at the Knicks, they were second to last in field goal percentage from their front court. Granted, they were hit by injuries. It seemed like all over the place all season.
Yeah, you know, with that poor field goal percentage shooting and being top 3 in field goal attempts on the year, not a good combination.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Gentlemen, Byron Scott had some advice for his team in that last timeout. He said their plan was run their offense through Anthony Davis. Coach asked him directly to take the reins of their offense. He wants him to have a huge impact at that end of the floor for the rest of this game. Clearly, some adjustments there had to be made because the time left for a comeback is quickly running out. Kevin, over to you.
And thank you for that, Doris. Here's James. It's deflected. Here is Shaw. He's got 18. LaRusso. And again, New York with the triple. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Knicks.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
Yeah, and the other thing they've done since the beginning of this game is score points off turnovers and in bunches.
Lakers have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Davis sets a screen. Westbrook dishes to Davis. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got his 8th assist in the game. Shaw passes to LaRusso. Here is Shaw. And the pass to Amundsen. Here is Shaw. Pass to Amundsen. Shoots. And there's another one for the Knicks. Lakers have gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. LeBron kicks to Davis. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. The 2K leaderboard provides us now with this list of last season's assist leaders. 4th, Russell Westbrook.
He was one of the best distributors of the basketball all season long and was really one of his team's bright spots a year ago.
The Knicks making a switch here. Oakley's checked in, and then for the Lakers. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Anthony Davis. Anthony comes in for LeBron. And it's Jordan Clarkson in for Bryant. Anthony right side. Now the dish to Black. Can't get it to go. Oakley with some nice D.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Westbrook wide open. He fires. Quick shot there, and it's off target. New York's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. When you think about guards who play without fear or any hesitation, Russell Westbrook is the first of those guys to come to mind.
I tell you what, his relentless pursuit and attacking of the goal and his opponent is really something to watch.
Now here's Anthony. He's guarded closely. The feed to Clarkson. Three-pointer, and he gets it to go. Clarkson's got 6.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Three-pointer, and yes, sir, that one drops.
The rapid-fire 3 is coming from everywhere.
And I'm not sure of the quality of that three-point shot attempt right there, going at it the way they did, but it all worked out for them.
It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. 8 points for him. That's good.
Oh, nice, strong drive there. If that's who's going to be guarding him, then he's got some weight to throw around.
Stolen by Clarkson. He feeds it to Carmelo. Fires from 14. Again, the Lakers.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
LaRusso. No good on the triple.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
I tell you what, I think he'd be happy if he can continue to get looks like that.
Outside Anthony. Clock at 6. He kicks to Black. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. The Lakers weren't very good at all last season, Clark, and they just didn't have any teeth in their road game.
Well, you know, they shot threes on the road well, Kevin. Top percentage in the league, as a matter of fact. Still, they just couldn't hold on to leads.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Thomas checked in for Amundsen. Silk comes in for Early. Bottoms is checked in for LaRusso. And it's Vujacic in for Shaw. Johnson, he's checked in for the Knicks. Shaw comes in for Sasha Vujacic. Taking a look at Los Angeles. They've got Anthony Davis. Anthony is out there with Bryant. Then there's Howard. And it's LeBron in at the 3, the small forward. Here is Shaw. Bottoms the pass to Silk. To the paint. Here's Bottoms. And Davis sends it back. And here we go. Fast break. LeBron's got it. That one goes. Count it.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
And the Lakers would end with a road record of 9-32. That is a franchise worst for them and sums up the year they had away from Staples.
A different look for New York. It was Amundsen who's checked in for Lance Thomas. Clay Anthony Early comes in for Silk. And Derek Williams subbed in for Bottoms. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Clarkson's checked in. Here is Shaw. Left side Williams. Wide open. And a little hot that time, but it drops.
You know, looking at the Lakers, a big thing for them as we get back to their road woes is they didn't win a single game on the road in their division. In a word, that's terrible.
Back to James. Howard setting the pick for LeBron. Outside, Davis. Amundsen grabs the board.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Here is Shaw. Here's Williams. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Fellas, that two-hand monster slam was vicious.
I don't think there was anyone, and I mean anyone, that could have stopped him on that one.
I tell you what, I'm glad they didn't try because somebody might have got their feelings hurt.
And that one's good.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
And around the NBA, there are some who want to redo how the NBA lottery works. They feel it punishes teams for trying at the end of the season and instead rewards others who maybe aren't doing as well.
It's deflected. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. And some changes here for the Lakers. Sacre comes in for Dwight Howard. And it's Nance in for Davis. Out of bounds, New York takes possession. You know, Clark, losing teams handling losing with an eye to the future. It's a slippery slope and a very tough situation, not only for teams, but the league to try to figure out and rule on.
Yeah, exactly, Kevin. Well said, and I'm not sure what the answer is. I kind of like where we are with the lottery system, but it's something to reevaluate. I don't think it needs to be tinkered with at this point.
That's good.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Here is Shaw. He's covered by Clarkson. And the basket by Shaw. Shaw has got 22 points.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But boy, that was a nice job.
Williams passes to Shaw. Banked in off the glass. Shaw has got 4 points in the quarter.
I mean, already hot coming into the game. Is it fair to say he's hotter?
And they double up James. Inside, here's Nance. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. And the first one at the line is good. And the Lakers making a change here. Jordan's checked in. Both free throws good from Nance. New York's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Here is Shaw. From deep three-point range. Tries to keep it alive.
And still looking for his first triple of the second half. He had 3 at halftime.
Clarkson kicks to James. And the Lakers with another miss.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Here is Shaw. Lets the 3 fly. Feeds it to Early. Pass to Blatch. Some nice passing by New York here. Here's Shaw. Hands it from downtown. Shaw's got 7 points for the quarter.
There you go. That's the stroke we saw in the first half.
Lakers have gone 5 of 12 from the field entering the fourth quarter. Clarkson kicks to Bryant. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
Here's Shaw. And again, New York with the triple.
And he has just been in the flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
LeBron outside. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
He is pouring it on in the second half, guys. I mean, a much better showing than he had before the break.
And a whole new group out on the floor right now for the Knicks. The Lakers also with a sub. Blacks checked in for Larry Nance. And then for New York, Silks checked in for Johnson. Bottoms comes in for LaRusso. Shaw subbed in for Sasha Vujicic.
Even against solid defense, he's still going to try to continue to make that shot.
And I wouldn't bet against him in that situation the next time out. And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for New York.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark. An all-around dominant performance. Clark, and you guys thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an in-sync. No contest.
And now, for the year, this is going to take him to 7 wins.
And it always feels good to get that first win in the season series. Going head-to-head twice this year, this will put him up 1-0 so far against the Lakers.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Shake and Bake. Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
Davis at the double team. Thomas, it's a wide open look, and then it's good for 2.
Terrific run to seal the deal.
Yeah, and now let's just keep an eye on how much longer they keep the foot on the accelerator.
30 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Out to the right wing. Uncovered. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
Well, they're going to walk out of here with a win and send this crowd home happy.
Yeah, you know, it was a real solid performance for them in a lot of areas. I mean, they should be proud of their work tonight.
Jordan sets the pick for Anthony. Here's Bottoms. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
So no problem for New York as they get the win. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just
the 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey folks, welcome back. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny Smith, and he just put it completely out of reach in the fourth quarter. It was as if he was saying, okay, enough fooling around, I'm taking over now.
I don't know if there's a fan base that loves their star more than this crowd. Wow, I'm getting jealous, and he feeds off that support. Once they got behind him, he became unstoppable, man.
We got to give it up to him for his defensive performance tonight. That was one active set of hands on him.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game.